you have, say, 30 debts to do service on that day, you must do them probably before 10.
Sure.
If you come to Eastrand, they bury around 11, 12. Say, it means around that time, you must do those funerals. Then it means of infrastructure. It stretches you. You must have more manpower, more equipment, more cars to satisfy that need. So, and it really becomes a challenge. And how also, maybe what is important that I can put it across, even those years when I went to the bank to ask for more fleet, you know, the manager was white. And he could not understand why I want so many cars. Because you could see the mentality was white, talking to possibly what I can call black culture. Then when you say you want the extra 20 cars, for what? Because white counterparts, they've got only a house, they don't even need family cars. How I convinced that manager, I then said to you, for you to know what we do, you must sacrifice one Saturday, come to the cemetery and see live what I'm talking about. Once more, because of where we come from, there was also a fear of coming to the location, you know, but I had to convince him. Ultimately, he got to the cemetery, and I showed him, you know. 10 o'clock, you see 5 feet from it, one undertaker coming into the cemetery. Then there are others and what. Then say, this is not only here. Remember, I'm not only burying here if it's Avalon. I still have another one, maybe in Pretoria, in Guatemala, in Niger. So, because everybody's burying around that time, that's why I need this fleet. Guess what? On Monday, it was before the NCA and Credit Act. It was very easy. On Monday, he approved.
Amazing.
He had to approve, and that's how we got to increase our fleet. So those are some of the challenges that we were faced with in the olden days. To change the white man thinking, it was not an easy thing. You had to say, come out of the cocoon, the thinking of a white man. Be a black man, then you'll understand what I'm talking to you. But that journey, it was not as easy as all that.
I'm keen to find out about negotiating as a skill, from negotiating with people who don't understand your culture, don't understand your business, to also just being in an environment where you are constantly trying to negotiate the value that you bring into any environment. Like I said, we say that BSP is a national business and operates everywhere. Let's talk about the skill, of being able to negotiate your way into successful positions.
I don't know how to put it, but let me change and put it maybe in a good style.
Yes.
Let's say you would crap.
Okay.
You must always scratch somebody's back and be able to make a special appointment and put one agenda point on the table to say, today I'm not coming to talk about overdraft or this is my point, and you must understand, I want to take you through as to how we blacks do things as opposed to how whites do things, and here's the difference, and that difference, that's what brought me here, that you must mitigate for me to be able to satisfy the black needs. So not every day. Some days you win, some days you lose. But half the time you would manage to win. Especially, that's another life with banks. They look at your bank balance. If it's good, they're happy to listen.
Interesting.
But if you have nothing, they don't listen to you. So that's probably one advantage that we had because the way we were conducting our finances, it was how they wanted, and that also assisted us when we asked for any help. Then they would give it to us.
And then let's talk about COVID. During COVID, we know that funeral service businesses saw the kind of peaking in numbers. That was a surprise. I'm wondering about that time, as somebody who was there in that Demogape, who saw it live. What was that period like, for the business, and even claims, from a claims perspective? How stressful and how much pressure was that time?
Yeah, COVID. Number one, if you want to know the effect of COVID, how many lives it has taken, the right people to ask are undertakers. Because all bodies ended up with undertakers. Undertakers were really overwhelmed. It was not easy. It was the first time where you dictate to families, instruct them, not request them, to say, this is your time, this is your day for burial, non-negotiable. Because, as I say, it was one hell of a mountain to climb. It was not easy. You would find consultation would take place from morning probably until this time on certain days. There was a challenge of cemeteries. They could not cope with graves. There was a challenge with suppliers. They could not cope with producing coffins. So, as I say, it was not good. And even financially, normally people say, hey, you guys as undertakers, you were smiling to the bank during COVID, which was not like that. And simple reason. When I tell you, you'll then understand. And that's when I started understanding that when a family member passes on, whatever we do as a family, we're not doing it for the deceased, but we're doing it for the people or the mourners who are going to attend the funeral.
Absolutely.
You would get a family coming to consult, and they would go to the showroom to choose. And they would debate and at times fight. The one sibling wants an expensive coffin. The other one says, why expensive? Let's go with the entry one. And when you ask, it's because there won't be people. So who are we doing it? There will only be 50 people. It will be only the family. I said, oh, okay. Is this what we are doing? And in all fairness, the fat, you get it on the packages that are high. On entry packages, the fat is too low. So you would work as we're really working, but our average income dropped by 30%.
Wow.
Because of that.
Those kinds of decisions.
But generally, as I say, I don't think there is any other undertaker who would wish that time has come again, because it was just too much. It was hell for undertakers, and I would also want to believe it was stress for families
as well.
It was not nice.
Absolutely.
I lost my partner.
My condolences on that.
Mr. Mogafe. May his soul rest in peace. And ironically, he was one of the healthiest and who was extraordinarily careful when it comes to COVID. He would always come to me, Chairman, we are careless, we're not taking care of yourself. Hey, COVID. But what happened? Ultimately, he was the victim. So I'm just saying, generally, COVID, it was one era that, let's pray to the Almighty, it must never come again.
But we're going to ask us to quickly go pay the bills, but also there are some calls on the line with people who want to show appreciation. I see you, Marcella. I see you, who is the executive chairman and co-founder of B3 Insurance and Funeral Services. Let's head over to your lines and take some of the calls. Marcella Nhlapo is on the line. She is the CEO, actually, of the African Rail Industry Association. Marcella, good evening. From one executive to another, shoot.
No, in this instance, I just want, it's my bragging right, and in that dumela, libitso ke Mesela. Ka Botswana ke tswela ka Kope, ke Mokopa. I have royal blood flowing through my blood, just like you. We are born leaders, and I'm proud to say for it. Today I'm listening to Mokopa, and people can have a better understanding of who I am. And when they try to understand who Mesela is, it's because I am from royalty that you are from. Thank you, Mokopa.
Thank you so much, Marcella, for that call. Isiba, you're also on the line from Mabopane. Please go ahead.
Hi, thank you for taking my call. Thank you for hosting this guy that I look up to. I sometimes just wish he could give me one of their cousins.
You and me both.
What I want to ask is that the insurance companies, their business, their entry actually into the funeral trading market is risk. Because they were saying that undertakers keeping the premiums would then be overwhelmed, and then they won't be able to bury other people if those premiums run out. So the insurance companies carry the risk. But now that they have taken that position and SSCA has made it compulsory for undertakers to be SSPs, now they are coming with something called claims ratio. It means your people are dying too much, as though you are killing them. I just want to know what is your feeling about that. Thank you.
Thanks, Isiba.
Elizabeth, thanks very much. Let me take you back when we started. You know, funeral scheme was not such a thing that the insurance companies were looking up to. They were actually selling life policies. 30 years ago, if my memory serves me well, only few insurance companies were in the funeral business. Few. I'm not too sure what I'm allowed to quote.
Okay.
Can I?
Go ahead.
I think Avbop was one of them. All Mutual was one of them. And Asapo. Only those three. The rest, they were only selling life policies and investment policies. But somewhere they then realized how lucrative is the funeral business. As you can see today, all insurance companies are in the funeral industry. Not only, even shops. You go at gas, anywhere people want to sell funeral scheme. It's only now they started realizing how lucrative it is. So, and unfortunately, so that's another thing that at times we fear talking about it. We are the people who promoted it, but today it looks like they want to take it away from us. If you look at the rules, that changes every day. From the fiscal point of view, half the time you find those are the rules that get to disadvantage us. I'll give you a practical example. When I started to market funeral policies, I could collect premiums for government people directly from government. But later on, they changed. They said because of other brokers who did not pass over the premiums, then they had to come with a ruling that all brokers are not supposed to collect anymore. The insurer is the one that collects, and after collecting, he will then take the underwriting premium and give whatever it's yours. Think about it, what it does to you. It makes you indirectly a slave of that insurance company because he has power over you. But I don't think today
it's the day for them.
It's the day for that. And the issues of ratio, as the gentleman has asked, yes, they are doing that. And unfortunately, ideally, ultimately, if the claim ratio is high, then they increase the premiums. And unfortunately, they don't go back to the clients. I'm the one who must go back to the clients to inform them that your premium has moved from A to B. You asked a very critical question about COVID, about claims. You know, claims was such a big challenge for insurance companies. We were one of those who were unfortunate, who had problems in terms of the claims being paid. I can tell you, you wouldn't want to see our office at that time. Our name was dented, our image was affected because people would come in numbers wanting claims, whereas we were still waiting claims to be paid by the insurance companies. So I don't know that that I'm getting to what you wanted to know.
Yes. Well, we've got more calls here, Dr. Mogafi. We're going to move on to Ntokozo from Brakpan. Ntokozo, good evening. Thank you so much for calling. Please shoot.
Good evening, Dr. Mogafi. What an humbling beginning of P3. We really appreciate what you started a long time ago during that days of apartheid. EP3 establishment esithandayo kakhulu singabantu base-Israeli, even abasebenzi bakhona we are engaged nabo mabenza lama-funerals. So we know them, some of them sihlala nabo. I can mention the names of Soli. We know Soli from Katlehome. So the way they conduct the funeral, the branding, even the offices of P3, it's stunning. So we really appreciate what you started during difficult times of apartheid.
Thank you, Ntokozo. Thank you. We'll move on to Nkolisi from Hartbeer Sport. Quickly, Nkolisi, please go ahead. You've got 20 seconds.
I wanted to understand your growth strategy in Swaziland. I know that you have presence there.
Yeah, thanks. I had a colleague that I used to work with whilst I was still with the insurance company, and he's originally from Swaziland. And when we thought of growing, that's the person who crossed my mind, because I remember how he used to do things. You know, I used to like it. And when I spoke to him, it was one common understanding that we need to establish Swaziland. And to fast track because of time, today in Swaziland, it's even different from Swaziland, from South Africa. In Swaziland, we've got our own license.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
The insurance license. I suppose this side, we are still struggling, but we are hopeful, and this is our intention, that we need to get our own license. So that is how we had to establish Swaziland.
Well, Mgolisi, I'm not sure if you got all your answers there, but remember that, you can go onto the B3 website, reach out to the office, especially if you've got your own ideas about how you might like to contribute to that space. We are unfortunately out of time. I must thank all the Power listeners, but most importantly, our Power suit this evening, and Dr. Matthews Mohafe, who's Executive Chairman of B3 Insurance and Funeral Services. A special thank you to Sekretani Matebula and Statemba Kwili for always holding us down. My name is Dolitando Lambo. Thank you for being with me this evening. Mbusazwane is on standby with Power News.
Power Business is proudly brought